And a lot more click, Steve. A lot more click will be forthcoming, folks. And could I hear a little bit more of Tom Corley in my cans?
Sure.
Hi lunatics, welcome to the Full Moon Club. This particular moon is known as the full worm moon, the sap moon because the sap's beginning to rise, and the end of winter moon. Hooray. Looking forward to spring, although it's still pretty cold here in London at the moment. Firstly, just a thought for our Japanese viewers, because what's been happening there has been absolutely horrific. So we just wanted to send our thoughts and love out to those people still suffering and caught in the tragedy unfolding in Japan, and particularly to those in the exclusion zone who have been sort of shut away inside their houses and are really not sure when they're going to be allowed out. It's a horrible situation, and our thoughts are with you. I've been doing various things and went to the TED conference again this year, which was my sort of annual brain food feast. And one of the most inspiring talks was from the Director General of Al Jazeera, Wadhar Khanfa. I probably pronounced it wrongly, excuse me. But a wonderful man, then managed to have breakfast with the next day, and he was just talking about this new generation using technology in part, I mean not exclusively, but really to transform their societies in a non-violent way and non-extremist way. It's, I think, one of the most hopeful signs I've seen in my lifetime. I think it's in a way the global village coming into existence for the very first time in lots of areas. And so I got very carried away with this, and we started trying to hustle people and put a group together to support some of the protesters, which we're calling Courage Connect. And Brad Keywell from Groupon has offered to host it along with Al Jazeera. And we're trying to make some of the tools available. There's a separate project called the toolbox.net, which we've been working on, which is basically an app store for things that will be helpful to the world and to people suffering. And it's got part of that thinking, but more specifically focused for what the protesters need and want at the moment. So you have mapping defined in the way that Ushahidi have been doing a wonderful job with. It's USHAHIDI, but where you can pinpoint specific incidents, arrests, torture, attacks, rapes, and make sure that they're never forgotten, denied, and buried. So, and it really is a way of navigating through time backwards to learn about how an issue is unfolding. And you can also drop in video storytelling so people can have first-hand accounts, or loved ones can describe what's gone on. I can probably get very boring about all this, but I think it's an amazing opportunity, and it's taken up a lot of my non-music time just recently. And we're making great progress with it too. I think some of the work Al Jazeera has been doing is quite extraordinary, and I know in some parts, particularly in parts of America, it's still seen as a sort of terrorist sympathizer, which I don't believe it is at all. And I think they're very committed to seeing more fair, just Arab world, but beyond that. And in many ways, I think it's the young people in that part of the world, and I hope that's picked up too by the young people in Israel as well, that will open things up and teach the world once again the power of democracy and justice, and will show what can be done with these popular movements. On that subject too, I know some people saw that my support of the Palestinians, I got some quite strong negatives on that, including some anti-Semitic accusations, which I think are rubbish. I'm not anti-Israeli at all, but I'm definitely anti the policy towards the Palestinians, and particularly right now the settlement, continuing of a settlement, which is only going to make things a lot worse. And these are now illegal under international law, and yet still there doesn't seem to be any means of stopping them. So I think it's the young people in Israel that need to respond to that. At the same time, there was a horrific attack against an Israeli family, which was a settler family, but I in no way will condone that sort of mindless violence, which also killed infants. It's not trying to make people right and wrong with this issue, but it's just trying to say we have new tools, you have a new generation. If your old politicians are not doing the job that you want and not giving you a secure, peaceful future, whether you are on the Palestinian side or the Israeli side, then get active and make the world different. I know it's very easy and naive for us to sit here, but I genuinely believe there are opportunities for change which haven't existed for a while, but it takes willpower and it takes a lot of people to do it. Enough on that. I know some people are very bored of me going off on my political bandwagon here, but on the musical side, we are nearly done with the cut. I think there's 2 tracks that we still got a little tweaking to do, and then it's put to bed. And next week we'll be out in Hammersmith. We kept back quite a few tickets because we were thinking, because it is, as has been explained before, it's an opportunity to film the show in 3D. So we held back some of the seats, and some of those are now coming back on. So those that are still wanting to go to those Hammersmith shows, please check out, and there are still seats available. And beyond that, we are going to do some dates in America from, I think, the 10th of June to the 29th of June, starting in Berkeley, and those dates are now going to be up on the website, I hope by the time you see this. So and I think we're trying to get a way that fans can get good seats on that. So keep your eyes posted if you are interested in coming along and seeing any of those shows. In relation to the competition that we ran, I've picked out 2 email addresses at random. One is PJ Wilson and the other E. Sayers. So you will be offered tickets for the shows next week, and I hope you'll be able to come. Other than that, we're going to close with some of the filming of the recording of Red Rain, and hope to see some of you very soon, either in London or in America. Take care.
From the oboe, particularly 3rd and 4th.
One more time, please. Thanks.
Here we go. Clicks at 35. Well done, everyone.